What's up guys, you're back with TechNick, and today we have a speed test between the Realme X2 Pro and the Asus ROG Phone 2. The Realme looks striking at the back with its strange logo, but underneath the hood we have a Snapdragon 855 Plus processing chip and 8 gigs of RAM, the version that I do indeed have here, as well as UFS 3.0 storage. The Asus ROG Phone 2 is pretty much the same. I have the 8 gig RAM 10 version over here with a Snapdragon 855 Plus processing chip under the hood and UFS 3.0 storage as well. I have turned off all of the animations underneath developer options on both phones to keep things as even as possible when checking out raw performance of both phones, and I've also enabled the highest refresh rate on both panels, that being 90Hz on the X2 Pro and 120Hz on the ROG Phone 2 to push out as much performance and power as we possibly can get. I've also enabled high performance mode on the X2 Pro, and the version of high performance mode we have on the ROG Phone is X mode. We have darkened all the icons over there with the little red neon logo on the side because of X mode, and we will be using my GoPro footage at the bottom left hand corner for accuracy, so keep an eye out on that. These are both incredible phones to say the least, guys, so without further ado, let's go. So if you guys are new to the channel over here, we are doing round one. That's what we're starting on. That starts with a boot. I have fast forwarded the boot over here, and the X2 Pro gets the first point in round one over there. Then we're going to go ahead and refresh app icons when booting into the phone, and the X2 Pro gets the second point over there. Round one consists of that, as well as the facial recognition and under display fingerprint sensor, and we'll start with the fingerprint sensors. They are both optical, and we're going to do best out of 3 here. So the X2 Pro gets it over there, but isn't allocated a point since we're going to be doing best out of 3. So that was the first one to the X2 Pro, second one to the X2 Pro once again, and obviously it takes the cake here, being best 2 out of 3, but now we'll go and check and confirm that, and the X2 Pro gets the third point in round one because of the wonderful snappy fingerprint sensor. Now testing out facial recognition, we do have the ROG Phone 2 turning on a bit quicker, but it goes into the lock screen and not straight into the phone, and best 3 out of 3 for the X2 Pro once again, getting 4 points in round one, leaving the ROG Phone 2 in the dust, which I thought I would never be saying, in round one over there. Now we're starting with round 2, going from camera all the way to PUBG, and the ROG Phone gets the first point, opening up camera a bit quick over there. Switching the cameras around though, the X2 Pro gets it. Now guys, if you are new to the channel, as I said earlier, take a look around the screen. We have the points on each side of the device. We have a little green tick under each phone that is allocated the point when a point is given under the branding, top left or top right respectively. At the bottom left of the screen, we do have the GoPro footage over there to make sure that my fingers are tapping on the screen at the same time, and I have gone over this clip over and over again to check in slow motion which phone actually deserves the point. Sometimes it can be some fractions of seconds between the two devices, but I am allocating it as accurately as I possibly can with my human fingers over here. I also have highlighted which round that we are on underneath the branding of each phone on the left and the right over there, so you can see that we are currently on round 2. And then at the bottom, I also have an indicator on how long each round takes. Now we will be doing a speed test over here through the speed test giant over here, testing out the Wi-Fi speeds, and we are getting faster speeds, and it took 23 seconds to finish the test as opposed to 31 seconds on the ROG Phone 2. The X2 Pro killed it there when testing out Wi-Fi network speeds. Now we're going to go into Spotify over here, and we have the X2 Pro snatching up that point, and we are going to check up some Adobe apps over here, including Photoshop and Adobe Rush. So Photoshop Express opening up over here, and the ROG Phone 2 opens it up slightly quicker over there, but the X2 Pro opens up the photo to get working straight in as soon as possible, as opposed to the ROG Phone 2. Now exporting a picture over here, the X2 Pro takes the cake over there. They both have UFS 3.0 storage, so things should be pretty similar when saving things to storage, such as that photo in Photoshop and Adobe Premiere Rush over here. We're going to go into Rush, and it does take a little while to get into it, and when we do export the clip, it will be a 4K clip at 25 frames per second over here, guys, and I will be fast forwarding it by 1,600 times the original rate, or else we'd be sitting here for a minute and a half to wait for these tests to go, since it is a 100 meg file, and even that UFS 3.0 storage isn't going to be as snappy as the NVMe SSDs that we see in the iPhone 11s. Now going and rendering each clip over here, as I said, this is fast forwarded quite a bit over here, guys. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds on the X2 Pro and 1 minute and 25 seconds on the ROG Phone 2, so the X2 Pro takes the cake when it comes to exporting a clip using Premiere Rush. Now going into Astral VPN, since we need a VPN here in China in order to access all of those great nifty social networking apps that all of you guys do use on your phone day to day. I'm not one of those people, unfortunately. That is a bit strange since I am a tech blogger, though the X2 Pro opens up Facebook a little bit quicker over there, and the ROG phone opens up Instagram a tad quicker over there. Now some of these apps don't really matter to you guys, and honestly there are fractions of seconds between each phone that I do review on my channel when it comes to speed tests. Bear in mind that these speed tests don't necessarily mean that one phone is so much better and so much faster than the other, but it does give you a little bit of an indication because they are using the same hardware, and if one can open an app faster, well, why not check out which one can do that? And that is exactly what we're doing here. But if you want my honest opinion about the phones, I think that the air triggers on the ROG Phone 2 do the phone serious justice. I absolutely love them. Not a day goes by where I don't want to rip out my ROG Phone 2 and play a game of COD Mobile or PUBG Mobile and give it a run for its money, or all the players on the server, because of my wonderful air triggers. And the X2 Pro lacks that. We also have that wonderful massive 6000 mAh battery on the ROG Phone 2, which the X2 Pro only holds 4000, but we only have 30 watt fast charging on the ROG Phone 2, and we have 50 watt on the X2 Pro, which is ridiculously quick, just as quick as the 65 watt on the Oppo Reno Ace. And that literally, this gets juiced up from 0 to 100 in 29 minutes flat. So if you guys have yet to see that video, make sure you check that out after this, the charging speed test of all 8 phones that I currently do have on my channel. But now we're going into double digits, well, twice double digits on the X2 Pro, and we have twice the score on the X2 Pro as opposed to the ROG Phone 2. I never thought I'd say this. The ROG is pretty much the king of my channel, other than the OnePlus 7 Pro, which I recently had to let go, but that had a regular Snapdragon 855 chipset in, and it actually beat the ROG Phone 2, though the X2 Pro did beat the OnePlus 7T, and that is quicker than the 7 Pro. So going into PUBG Mobile over here, it does take a little bit longer than most other games, but the ROG Phone 2 takes it. Surprise, surprise, I don't think so. This is a gaming phone through and through, and those LEDs on the back are not the only thing that shows its true colors. Now going into round 3 over here, guys, closing off round 2 there with the X2 Pro absolutely smashing the ROG Phone 2. We are not necessarily testing out RAM management over here. We are more so testing out how quick each phone reopens the apps that have already been opened in the first place. So far it is a tie on, well, now it's 3 and 2, or 3 being on the ROG Phone 2, but the X2 Pro quickly goes into making it a tie and overlapping the ROG Phone 2, now going 5-3 in favor of the X2 Pro. Now double the points on the X2 Pro, and even going further than that over there, all the social media apps are opening up quicker on the X2 Pro, and when turning off Astral VPN, the same thing can be said. Opening up Rush, the X2 Pro takes it once again, and Photoshop, the same thing happens. Going into Spotify though, it is a tie, both ticks under each branding over there, and the speed test goes to the X2 Pro. Settings goes to the ROG Phone 2, the phone app goes to the ROG Phone 2 once again, opening up calculator goes to the X2 Pro, gallery goes to the X2 Pro, and finally camera goes to the ROG Phone 2, and it kept the camera facing forwards, which is really awesome, a little bonus to see. Both of them are absolute powerhouses, but honestly guys, more than double the points for the X2 Pro with a total of 40 points as opposed to 19 points on the ROG Phone 2. I never thought I'd ever be saying this, since the ROG Phone 2 is the king of all gaming phones right now, but the Realme X2 Pro is faster. Nevertheless, if you want those air triggers and a bigger battery, I suggest you go for the ROG Phone 2. But for all things about these phones, stick with me on my channel, and until next time guys, this is TechNick.